Hey, Squirt. Listen, I know things are tough, and, well, Mom and Dad said some awful things. No, I'm not about to try and convince you it was okay because you. No! You don't deserve that! Come here. I don't like it when you get on my bed without my permission, hon. But that doesn't mean I'll never give you permission. So come up here and let's. I don't really understand why they're like this. Money's tough, sure, but it's not like we're not trying. It was super uncalled for Dad to say that you've got to stop drinking so much milk. You're a growing kid, aren't you? Maybe it's him and Mom that should cut back on all the coffee they're drinking, right? Or at least maybe they should start looking at some of the cheaper stuff if they really need to feed that addiction. Listen, Squirt, you're doing amazing. Mom and Dad can't see it right now, but that's because they're being grade A jerks. Everyone goes at their own pace, right? Just because you're not doing the same as the brightest kids in your class doesn't mean you're not trying. I know you're trying. I see how hard you work, day in, day out, and I know that it doesn't come easy to you. Don't listen to them when they compare you to anyone else. Hmm? What? Me? They compared you to me? That's that's not. The genetics argument is bullshit, hon. And you know it. If genetics really did matter as much as you're saying, there wouldn't be any variation. We'd all be little clones of our parents and just as crazy about coffee and working overtime as they are. And I gotta say, coffee's so bitter, it makes my tongue die, and working overtime seems about as enticing as drinking coffee. And I know that you don't love. See? Doesn't matter where you come from, Squirt. What matters is who you are. And do you know who you are? Well, if you can't tell me, guess I'll have to take a stab in the dark, huh? You know I can't leave a question unanswered. So you've really only got yourself to blame for making me talk so much. Okay, where to begin? Well, first of all, you're awesome. And I mean that in the general sense as much as the specific sense. You're awesome because I know that. Even if you can't see it sometimes, you're always trying your best. Forget what our parents. Can you really trust what those two say to you? Especially when they're going at each other's throat like that? Hun, they chose each other. And go at each other's throats like that. You can't trust what they say about you when they're angry with you. And listen, they're being jerks right now. They're angry at each other. They're angry at their jobs. They're angry at the world. They're angry with everything right now, and they never really learned how to process their negative emotions in a positive way. So they're taking all of that anger out on you because you're an easy target. But it doesn't matter that you're an easy target because you know that you don't deserve this kind of treatment. Right? It doesn't matter if you get an A on your science test, if you suddenly become the team's star quarterback, if you discover a new alien species, or if you don't do any of that. You're still a wonderful person deserving of love, compassion, and patience. And even if our parents can't give you that patience, at least you got me. And, well, I know I'm just one person, but I'm always gonna be here for you. Well, I know I'm just one person, but I'm always gonna be here for you. And I know you're always gonna be there for me too. Alright, Squirt. Seems like those two have finally tired themselves out, so you know what that means. Time for the Squirt to go back to bed. You can't stay. Okay. You can take my bed for tonight, but just tonight, alright? Once I'm sure you're asleep, I'll just sneak out to sleep in your bed. I mean, if it's inhabitable, that is. Sleep tight, Squirt.